It's about how looking good actually makes a difference in your day-to-day life, how you're more likely to succeed if you look good, right? Can we move to the next slide? Do you think you're an attractive person? You do? Yes. You do as well? Okay, very interesting. Now, it's a very off-putting question because it's so direct, right? You can't just ask someone that, right? Because there's no right answer. So I was sitting with a group of friends of mine, and all of them just wanted to. So all of them asked, why don't you rate yourself out of 10? And everybody went in a circle rating themselves out of 10. Now, there's no right answer because if you vote too high, you're egoistic. But if you vote too low, then you're insecure. And especially if you're very good looking and you vote too low, then people just think you're an a-hole. Can I say that? Okay, I've already said it. Never mind. Okay. So, can you move to the next slide? So I used to look like this in 2016. Okay, it's not bad. I look good, right? But this is me posing with my RD Sharma in 2018, and I noticed significant changes in my life after I had my glow up. Now I worked very hard for it. I went to the gym pretty much every day. I cleaned up my diet. Okay, but I noticed in daily life people started treating me better. Like I didn't have a lot of friends here, but here it was a lot better, right? And this I'm recalling now since I thought of the topic of the TED talk, right? I didn't realize it then. I thought I'm just developing my personality, but everything goes along with it. So I'm going to explain the science behind it first. So a psychologist called Edward Thorndike asked commanders to evaluate officers based on three aspects: their physical appearance, their intelligence, and their leadership. And it was very surprising that those who had better physical appearance scored better in the other two aspects as well, that is, intelligence and leadership. So, this thing has been termed the halo effect. When the sun shines, there's a halo formed around it that makes it look bigger than the actual shape of the sun, right? Similarly, we attribute good qualities to people who look better. It's very weird, but there are a lot of researches done on this, and it's very real. Like, I'll give you an example right now as well. Subconsciously, you guys haven't even thought about it. But as soon as I stepped on stage, you probably thought of the question, do you think do you think I'm attractive? And you probably like had that in your head, ki, okay, this guy is good looking. And you do that with everyone subconsciously and you treat them accordingly. Like it's very wrong. People should be judged based on their merit, based on their personality, right? But studies show that that's not actually true. A first impression is very long lasting. And people treat you differently if you look different. This I've noticed in my own life as you wait, please. Go back, yeah. Okay. This is what my body used to look like and this is what it looks like now. And it's not just my own personal confidence, but I have genuinely seen people change how they talk to me and how they interact with me. And it's really changed my life a lot. And not just the modeling aspect, like even in general, even before I started modeling, once I grew up, the world was a different place for me, right? And it sucks. It really does. But now I'm going to tell you how you can hone in and maximize your own potential or Looksmaxxing. I can go back on this slide. Thank you. Oh, yeah. So, in another study, 4,500 students were sorted according to their grades by volunteers, right? The grades were sorted into below average, average, and above average, right? Also, their looks were also sorted into below average, average, and above average, right? And the very strange correlation that occurred was that the students who looked better scored better in their exams. Now, the professors probably didn't want that to happen, but there's always this cognitive bias that is formed in people's head, the halo effect, okay, that leads them to do this without even thinking about it, okay? And the same study was conducted with students online, where there was little to no facial interaction or in-person interaction, right? And it was concluded that there was no correlation. That means everybody was just normal. The students that were above average looking didn't score better than the students that were average looking. So it's very real and it's been shown many times that this makes a difference. So we can either cry about it, we can either say that sucks, or we can try to maximize our own potential and use it to our advantage. So I'm going to tell you how to do that. Next slide. Okay. Looksmaxxing. So that means achieving your own potential, okay, as high as you can. Everyone's born a certain way, but everybody can achieve that certain potential through their looks. And it requires effort. But if you create systems, it becomes much, much easier. Okay. I'll start with level one. I've divided it into three levels, like the most basic thing, then the more advanced thing, then the even more advanced thing. Also, please stop me if you have any questions. I will gladly take them. Okay. Skincare is the most important. As soon as you meet someone, you look at them and you see their skin. Now, again, genetics has a big part to play in the skin. Some people are just blessed with amazing skin and don't have to do any skincare. But then that applies to everything. Some people have an amazing brain and they don't have to study as hard as others, right? But how do you make your skin the best it can possibly be, right? Basic stuff, wash your face at least twice a day. Use sunscreen, definitely use sunscreen because the sun ages you like crazy. So definitely use sunscreen in the morning and use a moisturizer at night. If you have dark spots, you can use niacinamide or vitamin C serum. I use Be Minimalist if anyone's actually interested. Okay. So Be Minimalist, it's a good company. Like they're not paying me to say this. So it helps reduce dark spots, okay, and it makes your skin clearer slowly but surely, right? And with age, obviously, your hormones normalize to a certain extent, and it makes everything much easier. But right now, this is what you can do. Then diet. Again, I think all of us know what healthy foods and not healthy foods are. So very basic. Start eating home cooked meals more than what you eat outside. I wouldn't say count calories until you reach that certain point where you want chiseled abs or something. But I would say keep it clean. Okay, keep it basic, keep it clean. Try to avoid junk food. But if you want to eat it once in a while, do it. Right? There's no harm. Even I had cheesecake yesterday because I was stressed about this talk. But it's normal, right? Then sleep. Sleep is actually very underrated. Like I try to get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single day because it just makes you more relaxed. Stress ruins the body, the mind, the face, everything. And you can see it on people. Like I've had shoots where I've looked awful, I've looked bloated just because I haven't slept in like 4 days, right? So again, sleep is very, very important and it should be a very important priority. Like I would say top three things. Sleep is up there. Okay, then a workout routine. If you haven't been to the gym yet, you should definitely start going. Work out 4 to 5 times a week. Start very basic. You can do a normal split, push, pull legs. Otherwise, play a sport. Do cardio. That's always good. And the heart is the most important muscle, even more than the brain. So exercise your heart by doing cardio, right? So I try and get at least half an hour of cardio in every single day in the morning. It really gets my day started and it just makes me feel very nice. Hydration. Hydration is also super duper underrated. It helps you control your eating habits. It helps you stay on a diet because if you're having enough water, then it's easier to not eat as much. It kind of makes sense. So there was a study in which people people had water half an hour before their meal, 2 glasses of water 3 times a day, half an hour before their meal, and they lost 1.4 kgs in 2 months, which is quite a bit. But just adding that water helped them do that. They didn't change any other dietary habits. Okay. Then there is teeth hygiene. Now, this is very important. Brush your teeth twice a day, obviously. But if you have a crooked, if you have something wrong with your teeth, if they're not aligned, then you can always visit a dentist, and you should. Or you can get invisible aligners. That also helps a lot. And then supplements. For guys, the normal supplements you should take a multivitamin, take omega-3 fatty acid. For women, you can take the same stuff, maybe not like ashwagandha and stuff like that. But definitely take collagen and biotin. It'll help with hair, skin, nails, all of it. Okay, and it generally makes a difference. I've been taking supplements for like 5 years. Okay, so then you need to find a hair routine. Like right now, I have no products in my hair because I found a hair routine that kind of makes sense for me. So I don't need to put products in my hair, right? So on days when I want to look extra special, I have the products. I need to figure that out as well. But find a good hair routine. That means a shampoo that is not very drying. Like you can use Dove, but it's not very nice. You should use something without parabens, without sulfates, that doesn't damage your hair or your scalp. You can hear me properly, right? Is this echoing? Fine, right? Okay. Hmm. So then you need to figure out a nice haircut for your shape. I've had short hair, I've had very long hair that goes below my shoulders as well. But I figured out that this length looks perfect on me, and that comes with practice. So according to your face shape, try all the different haircuts you possibly can. Like get short hair, get long hair, like let it grow. So that comes with experimentation, and you need to figure out what you look best in, and that only comes with trying, right? So experiment. Right now you're young, like you're in college, so you can do this. Okay, then there's hairstyling. You can use pomade. For girls, you can use TG or something like that. And you can make it smooth and silky. So you need to know how to style your hair, but that's only for special events. Don't use anything that damages your hair like extremely. Eyebrows. For guys, just like get a tweezer and just like plug the hairs from the middle. That really helps. It makes a big difference. And girls, you probably get your eyebrows done, I'm assuming. Or not. I mean, It's okay. Okay. Now, if you have a patchy beard, please shave it off. Okay. Or if you have a patchy beard, you can get minoxidil and then derma roll. It's a whole ordeal if you want like a proper beard. So either do that or shave it off. I would suggest shaving it off until it's big enough that it looks good. Okay. Next. Okay. This is like advanced stuff. So beta carotene, it's found in carrots and it gives you that glow from inside, right? So it makes you look tanned, but in a good way. It makes your skin glow. So you can supplement with it, or you can have more tomatoes and carrots and stuff that has beta carotene in it. Then there's mewing. Mewing is a form of oral posture training, right? So I want everyone to gulp, just like gulp. Okay, now wait. Now I want everyone to do it again, but when your tongue is on top of your mouth, I want you to stop and I want you to hold that position. So as you can see, your chin is sucked inside, right, in that particular position, and there's a vacuum on top of your mouth. So I do that all the time. Like it's second nature now. Like I've been doing that since 7 years. Whenever I'm not speaking or eating, and even between speaking, I'm doing that. Like right now, I was just doing it. Like it was a 1 second pause and I was doing it, right? So it becomes second nature, and it really helps with defining your facial aesthetics. It's a very long process. It doesn't like show immediate results, but over time, it definitely helps. It helps you breathe through your nose. If you breathe through your mouth, it's very bad. Never breathe through your mouth. Always try to breathe through your nose as much as you possibly can. When you breathe through your mouth, your bite gets affected. Okay, the airflow, when there's not constant pressure on your teeth, your bite gets affected. Your teeth go here and there. Okay, and it's bad for your jawline in general. So always keep mewing. Then clear lips. Okay, this is a hack that I've kind of gate kept for a while. But when you're brushing your teeth, brush your lips as well. Like very few people know this, but if you brush your lips as well, your lips get exfoliated. And I apply like a lip balm immediately after that. So I have clear lips throughout the day. So even at night when I brush my teeth, I exfoliate my lips. And it's shown me great effects, and you should do it too. Then under eye masks. Okay, this is like very advanced stuff. So you don't have to do this, but in the morning, if you have puffy eyes, then you can always use an under eye mask, or you can get one of those that you can just keep in the freezer and just wear in the morning, or you can use spoons as well. But it helps a lot. If anything, if there's anything else you want to do, you can also like put your face in cold water for a bit. That really helps with all the bloating and puffiness in the morning. I do this before shoots. Okay, then gua sha. Okay, so it doesn't help me, but I know a lot of people that have helped it. That it's helped. So it's a stone tool that you can use to clear your lymph nodes and reduce bloating. So basically, you're using it to massage your face so that there's more blood flowing into your face. So you do that in the morning. You follow it with an under eye mask or like some sort of cold therapy to reduce the irritation in your skin, and that would really help. Okay, then there's fashion maxing, how to find your style. So I feel like everyone should start with minimal styling. That means you get all the basic colors right. You don't try and experiment too much. You have one shirt in like 4 colors. Okay, nothing too crazy, right? And then you slowly start experimenting more. Once you have an ideal wardrobe, you have 4 or 5 good pairs of pants, 4 or 5 good t-shirts, okay, 1 or 2 good shirts. Okay, that's when you try and experiment with different styles. You can go edgy, right? You can get cargo pants, like crazy baggy cargo pants. You can get like chunky loafers. You can do a lot of things. But everybody has that phase and they look really weird. And even I had that. I didn't take any pictures. I took pictures, I just don't want to show them. But everyone has that phase when they're experimenting, but it's important to go through that phase to figure out what you're doing. Here's a couple things you can keep in mind. Proportions. So you shouldn't wear something on top that's too long, otherwise you just look shorter. Okay. Also, tips for guys, you can wear heels too. Like these boots, you can put an insole in them. I don't have one in right now, but you can put an insole in them and you can look good to 2, 3 inches taller. Okay. Now you don't need to do this, but it definitely feels good to be like 2 or 3 inches taller than you actually are. Like who doesn't want that, right? Right? Yeah. So again, edgy and then old money. Okay, so then you just keep experimenting with different styles. Okay, until you figure out what you actually like, right? So in the beginning, I was wearing the same color up to down. Like I didn't care about this. I thought, okay, this color. I'm wearing red pants, so I'll wear a red t-shirt. I didn't know about proportions, so it was like a very baggy t-shirt, very tight pants. It didn't make any sense. Okay, so to make an outfit visually appealing, the proportion should be right. Like even with this outfit, it's very basic, but it looks put together because the shirt isn't too long and the pants kind of match with the shirt, right? It's not too tight, but it's not too baggy, so it kind of makes sense. So again, you figure that out with time as you expand your closet. Okay, and don't go for statement pieces, don't go for fast fashion. Try and build a good sustainable wardrobe. Pieces that are interchangeable. Okay, I made that mistake. I used to get like a neon green t-shirt or something. Okay, and I never wore it. I wore it like 4 times because you can't wear it with anything. Right? So get the basics first and then experiment with your style. Okay, so now you figured out how to looks max, fashion max, okay, and you're there, right? It doesn't get better. Models are some of the most insecure people I have ever known. Okay, and it's very weird because when you ask a model to rate themselves out of 10, like some of them say 10, but they don't actually think 10. You analyze every single small flaw in a person. Like when I go and I tell someone, ki, hey, I'm a model, you know the first thing that they do? They look me from up to down and then they judge and they see, ki, okay, he looks like a model. So there are two answers. They can either say, ki, oh my god, this guy looks like a model. Oh yeah, you look like a model. Or they say something like, oh nice, which is bad, which is really bad and it really hurts, right? So again, models are some of the most insecure people, even though ideally they look the best according to people. So again, it doesn't get better, and self-confidence is obviously the most important thing, right? But it definitely helps with self-confidence. Even before I was a model, looking better, feeling better, it gave me a lot more confidence in my life to do a lot of things. And I feel like everyone should at least give it a try, right? Again, in an ideal world, we should be judged based on our merit. If you look at two doctors, okay, both have the same level of experience, okay, but one is good looking and one is shabby, not well put together, then you would obviously choose the good looking one, even though the shabbier one probably worked harder to get where he is. Because can you go 3 slides feature? One more. No, aage, two. Because of the halo effect. Okay, so because the doctor was more good looking, he probably got away with a lot more, and the other doctor would have had to work much harder to get where he is today. So you should choose the uglier doctor always, right? But this is so true, I can't even exaggerate it. Because I've seen it in my own life. People treat you differently, people treat you better. And instead of crying about it, let's use it to our advantage. Okay? Mahatma Gandhi once said, be the change you want to see in this world. I just wanted to put a quote in. Yeah. So Looksmaxx and keep mobbing. Thank you very much.